Hello again, I'm back. Firstly I just want to say thanks to everyone for the feedback and the comments and stuff from the first video. It was really not what I was expecting. Old friends getting in touch, lots of stuff was being said, like thanks for sharing, I've been struggling, this has given me some strength, this kind of stuff. So I was really blown away a little bit. I'm more relaxed today as well because first video that I ever done was it was a bit spontaneous. I was out on my bike and things were a bit complicated at the moment, and I want to get started in mental health, but a lot of things are outside of my control with like applying for jobs, and things take time. And so I thought, I've got to take it into my own hands and start something. So yeah, that was one of the ideas for doing this as well. And I had no plan for last video. It was kind of just like, see what happens, go with the flow, and I like that, and that's how I've really kind of lived my life. So I know a lot of people say, no, you need to have a plan and you need to have this and that, but that's not really how I do things. I like to just have a thought, go with it, and then I don't really have, it's a bit of a mystery as the next thing that comes up and then the next thing. So yeah. I don't know, I might have, in future videos I might have a bit more of a plan. I've got a couple of notes today to help me see how that goes. I was going to talk about courage. A few people said like, courage, you're courageous for sharing your past and stuff. And that's cool, but it's kind of a weird one for me because I don't really see it as courageous, because I've said about what's happened in my past so many times, it just feels normal. But I guess if it can help me sharing and they can see how comfortable I am and happy to be open and share some stuff that's happened, maybe it's going to encourage others to do it as well. So that's a positive thing. Yeah, but my idea of courage is like jumping out of a plane or something, not like talking about my story. But anyway, so yeah, I was just going to continue talking about mental health stuff really, and see where it went. My first note here, I said like, let me know what you want to know, if any of you guys like have any questions about mental health, anything you don't know. For example, like St Saviour's Hospital. I'm obviously directing this at Jersey people because other people won't know what I'm talking about when I'm saying St Saviour's Hospital, but it's basically the mental hospital there. And as far as I'm concerned, when I was growing up, I had a huge stigma around it. Like people used to call it the nut house and stuff, which is not nice. But it's when people were struggling, they'd go to St Saviour's Hospital. And it was called the mental health branch of St Saviour's Hospital was Orchard House. So yeah, I know maybe people are wondering what goes on in there and what it's like, and like maybe how you feel, and like maybe a bit scared of it themselves. If obviously fingers crossed that people don't have to go there, but I mean realistically, people struggle, and that's the place people go when they're in crisis. To recover and stuff. So I guess it's an interesting thing to talk about. And that's the kind of idea I had for upcoming videos to begin with anyway. If anyone wants to ask me questions, I know people have been messaging me and stuff, and that's great, and hope people can continue to message and share their stuff, and maybe I can help, or maybe I can't, maybe I just listen. Is what people want to do as well. What one guy said, like after the first video, said it's really good what you said. I feel like I'm dealing with stuff on my own, and there's no one I can talk to. So maybe people feel comfortable talking to me or sharing some stuff with me. I don't even have to give any advice, I can just listen. And yeah, so that's a good thing, that's a positive thing that I think's come from that first video. Okay, what next I want to talk about is a quote. Kind of went like, depression and mental illness is a really serious thing, for sure, no doubt about it, I believe. But there's plenty of stuff we can do to like defend and protect ourselves. Like, it's what I've learned, and I just like to share some of the basic things that have helped me. Like, I don't want to turn into someone that's like preaching life, because I think there's so many people, what I see on social media, like telling people how to live, and they've had some stuff that's worked for them, and they think that's like the blueprint that's going to work for everyone, and people need to live like they do and have to train like they do and have to eat what they eat because it worked for them, it's going to work for everyone. I don't think that's how it works, and I don't really want to do this to preach and stuff, but I think, yeah, from my experience, it's kind of, I think I've got some things to offer and some ideas and tips that could potentially help people. So yeah, that's the kind of idea behind doing the videos, just sharing some stuff and people can relate to it and like know that they're not in it alone, and that yeah, there's everyone's struggling with stuff, but a lot of people, maybe it's the wrong word, courage or whatever you want to call it, don't have to speak up or feel uncomfortable. So yeah, you can do it. Okay, yeah, and the things that have helped me, and again, I'm not saying like I'm there and I'm like complete and I don't struggle anymore, and after doing all these things I don't struggle with my mental health anymore. Like, I struggle with my mental health every day. It's a huge battle that I have, and I think a lot of people do as well, and it's a scary thing, and it can consume you and your thoughts. It's a crazy place in your head, what can go on and stuff, as I'm sure a lot of you would agree with. But yeah, well, I'm in Bali at the moment. I've been here really for 4 years, and there's I think I don't know whether I'm going to stay here or what's going to happen in the future, but I think it's been a great experience for me here overall. Just being in Jersey, I found it difficult, and I found a lot of things easier here. I just want to talk about maybe a couple of those things. Like the sunlight is a big one for me, and the sun shines so much and it's hot here, and it just really helps me with my mental health to be in the sun and be grateful for that. I really think, yeah, coming from Jersey where it's not much sun, I think it has a big factor on, it does it on mine anyway, on my mental health, being in the sun. Next thing, obviously exercise. I've managed to be pretty consistent with that, and that really helps me. Diet, I'm really interested in as well, because I think that has a huge effect on mental health and your brain chemistry, what you're eating. So I'm trying to get myself more knowledgeable about that and seeing what works for me. And the main one I want to talk about, and this is where I think I want to encourage and maybe bring in as part of my work going forward, I don't know, is ice cold water therapy. I started that about 4 years ago now, and I've been pretty consistent with it, and it's been really, if there's one thing I can do if you said there was only one thing I could do for my mental health, I would choose ice. I would choose going in the cold water, and the colder the better. Because I think it's my type of meditation. I struggle with like conventional meditation, just sitting outside like on a rock or whatever, with your feet crossed, and I didn't really get on with that. But with the ice, I think I get on with that, and it could help other people as well. I know Wim Hof, obviously, it's not a new thing what I'm saying here. It's like mainstream now. But it's really helped me with my mental health and kind of my meditation. I try to do that every day. Obviously, I haven't done it every day, but I notice when I've been 2 or 3 days that I haven't been to the ice, I'm getting agitated, I'm getting frustrated. I'm like, and then I remember like, well, I haven't been to the ice, and I go there, and it really helps me. So I encourage you to do that. When I was back home last year, I had an idea of what I brought back, and I told a friend, and I think he plans on well, actually maybe he doesn't want me to say, but no, what he wants to do some ice type of thing in Jersey. So that's a cool thing, and I think it could help a lot of people. What else? I think that's it for this video. And yeah, just again, after all the comments and the encouragement I had from the first video, really is great, and it inspired me to carry on and do this, carry on down this path. And yeah, let me know what you think about this one, or any questions about mental health, anything that's bothering you. Just send me a message. We'll have a chat. Yeah, cool. Cheers, guys. Nice one.